In a momentary calm, blades are sworn together, vowing to bring about the restoration of peace and order. The year is 190, and the Han Empire falters on the brink of destruction. Brought low by corrupt eunuchs, and strong-armed by the despot Dong Zhuo. The fires of war erupt across a once peaceful realm. In the growing chaos, rebellions rise, and the Emperor's voice is drowned out by the tyrant's roar. The land suffers. Yet though they band together against a common foe, such a fragile alliance cannot hold forever.
Welcome to Free Kingdoms. This is going to be a first for my channel, but I sure as hell do not think it's going to be a last. I love this game. As a big fanboy of the Dynasty Warriors series, this is just everything that I needed. Total war, with decent diplomacy, a nice, not frustrating agent system that is still not RNG based, which is like the biggest thing, and all the lore of the Free Kingdoms wrapped up in one. This is amazing. I love it. So what are we doing here? Well, I want to do a little bit of a let's play for you guys. In particular, I want to start off with a fella called Liu Biao. So we've got a bunch of different characters here. We've got the coalition characters, who start off all neutral to one another, and they're all against the Han Empire. Then you have the governors here, who are loyal to the Han Empire. You have the outlaws, who aren't loyal to anyone, as I suppose you can expect from outlaws. You have the tyrant, who is only in it for himself, but he has a bloody big army, and he has the Han Empire as an ally to start with. And the yellow turbans, who hate the Han Empire, but they also hate the coalition. That's a really fast run through. I'm not going to run through everyone right now. I want to play Liu Biao, and there is so much to say about Liu Biao and all of these characters. The game has a lot of depth, guys, a lot of depth. But in particular with this playthrough, what I want to do is I want to illustrate the complex mechanics of the diplomacy and how you have to really think more in this game compared to Total Warhammer. The economy building is so much more important because there's so many different ways that you branch out your tech. You can focus your economy on commerce, on industry, on peasantry, and you really do need to specialize, especially if you're playing on the harder difficulties. And let me tell you now, we're going to be playing it on the harder difficulties. We're going to be doing a legendary campaign difficulty, very hard battle difficulty campaign. So you could only make this harder by going legendary in the battle difficulty department. I don't actually know what that does, but I'm having a hard enough time just playing this game on legendary campaign difficulty, hard battle difficulty. So for now, I ain't pussying out on this one for you guys. We're going the full way in. We're going to play this. We're going to play this on very hard battle difficulty, legendary campaign difficulty.
Through its many branches and descendants, Liu Biao holds this lineage closely, serving with
I'll just
an
let this play
unwavering
out,
sense of
because it's going to
duty.
just keep talking otherwise. Okay, that's it. So, here is where we spawn. One thing that I will preface early on so you have an understanding, take a look at the map here. This is for the guys who are watching this who maybe haven't played Free Kingdoms yet, but maybe you're just doing your first playthrough, you haven't quite memorized the entire map. So Dong Zhuo will generally, in the late game, own all of this northwest area of China, okay? So that's going to be his stronghold. Yuan Shao spawns around here, Gong Sun Zan in the corner, and they will fight for dominance. Usually Yuan Shao will win and own the top right of the corner of the map. The bandits are in this location, Cao Cao is here in the center. Sun Jian is here. He will own about all of this land. This will become Wu. Shizi, the Vietnamese warlord, is down here. He comes up and owns like the side territory. There's a pacifistic guy called Liu Zhang here. Liu Bei's over in this corner. These are the main players that you have to think about. And I'm also going to spawn right next to Yuan Shu and He Yi. As I get into the campaign, I'm going to talk more about them because they're very big threats to me as Liu Biao. Liu Biao, it says it's a hard campaign. Don't listen. It's a very hard campaign. It's really tough. I've tried this twice before and failed quite drastically, but I went off and I've done different campaigns since then. I think I've got a lot better in the game. I think I can do it now. So we're going to try and illustrate that to you. I've got a few things that I want to talk about in regards to the campaign of Liu Biao. It's a very complicated one, and that's why I'm choosing this one first. I want this to be as engaging as possible for you if you've never seen Three Kingdoms. I want to illustrate the beauty of this game. But let me just get into it, and I will tell you more as I go on. One thing to note, just before I do, the hero that you're playing, it doesn't matter what sub-faction they're under, they all get unique features, as it says here. So Liu Biao has a bonus for experience with his characters, and his unique units are a type of spearman, an infantry anti-cav role. In terms of buildings, he gets the lodging, which the main reason it's nice is it gives extra character experience compared to the comparable building in other factions, which merely would give commerce income. Your government positions give you experience, and yeah, that's irrelevant. That's the same for all governors. Let's get started, and I will explain things in more detail as we go through it.
The tyrant Dong Zhuo wields the flames of destruction. Luo Yang burns. Chaos ignites as the power of the eunuchs is crushed. In the pyre, the Han falters. Many see their lineage in the fires, and they grieve. Yet these troubles have come before. The world must still turn. Liu Biao will tend to the Empire. He always has. China is in turmoil. The great empire.
Just a quick
of
heads
the
up.
Han,
I
stretching
can
back
edit out
ages
the
beyond
loading
counting,
screens in the
is being
future.
devoured by
They do have
corruption.
these kind of little flavor
yellow
chats in
turbans,
between them.
thousands
In this
strong,
instance, it's whenever you're
began
loading a
raising
campaign
their
or starting a
banners in
campaign, it
rebellion
tells you
and
what happened
seizing
in the
commanderies
history of the
across the
campaign so
realm.
far. So it
In
will actually make
response,
unique references based on how your
generals
campaign's
loyal
going.
to the
Say your
emperor
capital got
rose up
sieged, it will mention
and
that and
put
talk about
down
how
the
it's affecting the
rebellion.
population. But a lot of them are generic,
Yet
and you'll start
despite the
hearing them
victory,
repeating as the
the
campaign goes
chaos
on, so
only grew.
it's up to you guys. You
With
tell
the
me whether you want them
corruption at the
edited out
very
or not,
heart
and I
of
can
the
do that.
empire. The
Similarly,
loyal generals
this is of
stormed
course the first one I'm
imperial
doing on this
palace
game, the first
and
episode.
killed the 10 eunuchs,
Tell me if
the
the
source of China's ills.
sounds aren't quite right.
In the madness,
Maybe my voice needs to be
the
a little bit
warlord
higher,
Dong Zhuo
the
seized
advisors
the
turned
emperor.
down, or the
With
music
great
adjusted.
warrior
Just get back to me
Liu
in that in
at
the comment
his
section
side,
below, and I can get
none
it sorted to you.
dared oppose
Okay,
him.
I'm going to shut up again now, as it's going to go into the
In
unique
response to Dong
introduction
Zhuo's
for
brazen
Liu Biao's
display,
campaign.
treason, some call. The capital, my lord. It is in ruins.
So Dong Zhuo destroys the seat of the Han. There is no redemption for a tyrant.
He absconds to the west, to Chang'an, with the emperor as his captive.
He has my kin hostage. Such vile treachery. They say I lack the vitality of my cousin, Liu Bei, but I have my own talents. War is waged with coin, by solid governments. That is my strength. I govern.
To the south, Sun Jian hoards the fertile plains, whilst Yuan Shu gathers strength in the north.
They are avaricious and unworthy men. They cannot be allowed to grow. The blood of the Han runs in my veins. So long as that is so, I will defend my lineage against all threats.
An imperial destiny awaits you, my lord. If you cannot defend the throne, seize it.
So I need to tell you guys what on earth is going on in the backstory here. Essentially, there is now a civil war in China. We are in the year 190 AD. Luoyang was the previous capital of the Imperial Empire, the Han Empire. It has been burned to the ground. It was corrupt. So go back 20 years before this. There was a massive famine. All the peasants are dying of starvation and they're not very happy, so they rebel, triggering the beginning of the Yellow Turban Rebellion. At this point in the Chinese history, the local warlords were not really allowed, or well, just before this point in history, the local warlords were not allowed to keep their own armies or militias because that would threaten the ruling of the empire. However, with the massive onset of this rebellion, in order to not have the empire overthrown, the empire had to enlist the help of warlords, and in doing so, he gave them more power and let them control their own armies. This is where the civil war is coming from. I am one of these warlords. I was a governor under the Han Empire, so I had a certain amount of autonomy, but they had to give me more autonomy in order to quell the Yellow Turban rebellions around my area. Now, the Yellow Turban rebellions have been successful in some areas. If we look to the east here, in Runan, the Yellow Turbans have been very successful. Here is He Yi. He's one of the 3 legendary Yellow Turban leaders in this game. They're going to pose a massive threat to me. This guy is the biggest one, the biggest threat, because he's right next to me at the start of the game. So he's a problem, and one I need to deal with. The Yellow Turbans are mostly peasant-based armies. In fact, most of the armies are. But these guys are even greater peasants than the rest, basically. So they have low morale, but they're bloody numerous, and they're bloody problematic. So just something to bear in mind. So what happened here, when all of these rebels were put down by a coalition that, on behalf of the Imperial Empire, the coalition warlords were thinking, hang on a minute, how come we've never been allowed autonomy in this regard for so long? And they, with a little bit of power, they got a bit of sense. They realized this Han Empire is not really all it's cracked up to be. Maybe the people were onto something. Why were all the people starving? Yet they have their courts and their palaces, living great lives. This is corrupt. And the Han Empire was corrupt. The emperors themselves were being manipulated by the eunuchs that advised them, the 10 eunuchs. And so the 10 eunuchs had to go in the opinion of the warlords. So that's exactly what they did. They stormed Luoyang, and they killed the 10 eunuchs. And of course, this led to a massive battle before this happened, between the Imperial Loyalist forces and the coalition. In doing this, Dong Zhuo, a warlord from the northwest up here, was called down to assist the coalition in dealing with the empire. But by the time he finally had marched all of his army down to Luoyang, the 10 eunuchs were all dying, the leader of the Han Empire's army was executed, and essentially, Dong Zhuo had a great idea. The emperor at this point was a child, so he was easily manipulatable and malleable. Let's steal him. So that's what he did. He stole the emperor, under the guise of, oh, I'm protecting the empire from all these naughty rebels who are killing all the Han Empire troops. And then he ran over to Chang'an, which is where we can see Emperor Zan is being kept at the moment. And this means, naturally, since he's the emperor of the Han Empire, Dong Zhuo now has the Han Empire as his vassal, which is amazing. Now the Han Empire is paying him 20% of their income per turn, but in turn, he is promising to defend them. So, the coalition then turned their eyes on Dong Zhuo, because he'd just stolen the emperor. They weren't believing he's taking them to protect him. They knew he was a cruel tyrant and making use of the opportunity. And so they fought some battles against him, but basically the warlords had their own opinions. It all fallen apart and now they've scattered because the coalition has broken down. Dong Zhuo has been pushed away, and in fleeing Luo Yang, he burnt it to the ground, so that's now abandoned rubble. He's fled to the northwest, and the rest of the warlords are over in the northwest, the northeast here, the central plains, and down to the south. So this is the situation that we find ourselves in. I am a governor of the Han Empire. I was not a warlord of that coalition, and so I am neutral to the Han Empire. In this playthrough, I am going to try and maintain my neutrality to the Han Empire and to Dong Zhuo. This is going to be crucial because Yuan Shu, a very influential and powerful warlord here, seems to always want to fight you. I've tried in so many playthroughs to get him to be my ally, but I just can't do it. This minus 60 personal rivalry and the minus 45 past hostilities is too much. He always declares war on me, so I'm going to not make the mistake I've made in previous playthroughs, and I'm going to kill him. But okay, I need to shut up talking now and actually get the game rolling. As I say, there's loads to talk about with this campaign. It's very deep, but I'll go for it as we do battles. So first off, we spawn near this Yellow Turban army. The Yellow Turbans want to overthrow the Han Empire, and I'm a governor of the Han Empire.
Unification requires discipline.
So they need to die. They're rebels. We can't allow this.
With heaven!
So that is exactly what we're going to do. In order to minimize my losses, I'm going to do this battle manually. One thing to note, so we can see a nice depiction of the battlefield here, and where we're going to spawn. I've got a general. This is your three generals here, but I've got a very important general to talk about. That's this guy down here with a lovely white beard. Huang Zong. He's amazing! And I'll explain why when I get into the battle. And I do apologise to any of you guys who know fine well what the backstory is and you're just tuning in for the first time. I'm only doing this because this is the first Let's Play that's coming on my channel, and I know a lot of my viewers will come from Dawn of War 2 and they'll have no idea about the Three Kingdoms. So, we're going to have a pretty typical formation. We're going to put the shield infantry at the front. We'll have the cavalry on the back. I could put one on each flank if I was trying to be more pedantic, but honestly I don't think it matters too much. I'm going to have the axemen at the sides to try and get a charge off, and the archers in the centre. Put them on 5, lock them in place, lock them in place, put these on 4, lock them in place. So we've got Liu Biao himself as my commander. Can have a look at him down here.
Archers!
As you can see, he's not the youngest. He's not the youngest leader in the game. And that is going to be quite influential. But I'll explain why that is so at a later date. We also have Huang Zong. Again, not the youngest, but this guy is an absolute legend. He will go roaming around in campaigns at the age of 80, slaughtering opponents. In fact, can I see his trait name here? No, I can't, but I'll talk about that more when I get into the overworld. He's an absolutely legendary archer, and he actually gets a special ability with regards to archery. He's a sentinel, which means he's amazing at duels because he's very good at evading and dodging enemy attacks.
Prepare!
And then I've got my eldest son, Liu Qi. He's a vanguard. He can kill lots of enemy troops, but don't leave him 1v1ing enemy leaders. It won't go too well. The commander gives AoE buffs around him, and he's decent at fighting. Okay, let's get this first battle done. It should be overall rather trivial. Just going to speed it up until I encounter the opponent, maintaining the formation that I started with. We'll see where it takes me to. Okay, I'm not sure where they are yet. They've only got a tiny army, but I want to minimize my losses, but I don't know where they are. So I guess we wait to see them. Perhaps we could send out Huang Zong. Try and find them. Where the bloody hell have they gone? This is very strange. It's a big map, I suppose, but they should be making their way over to me at some point. There they are. Okay, I'm not going to accept a duel proposal because that's just going to make him lose loads and loads. Okay, turn that off. It's going to just make him lose loads of health for no reason. So shoot him. Oh, I'm on full speed still. I think he got his shot off. Did that hit them? Didn't seem to do too much. Okay, use your bow against their leader. Try and do some decent damage. He's hitting. Let's look at his health. Yeah, that's hitting. Oh, that hit. It's doing about 1,000 damage per shot. It's cool, I guess. Not. There we go. So we can see his HP on the top right there of all the different abilities. Oh my god, he's retreating already. Excellent. He will likely come back, but let's move up the rest of the force in that case. And yeah, he's legging it. He's had enough. Top quality AI here for you guys, right? Can we hit him?
You seem to be struggling.
Come on.
Need some help?
I don't
Is that
think
your
that
best? Come
I
on.
don't know if that
Try
actually does
harder.
damage, man. So it lowers their morale. Let's have a look at the morale. Oh yeah, that is low. They're only on 8 morale at the moment. The other guys are on 28. Shoot Liu Biao again. Oh, that poor bastard.
Move up quickly. Faster.
Alright, let's run back a bit.
Run. Cavalry, to attention.
Archers, you can fire whenever you like.
Take heed, warriors. Ready. Swordsmen, ready. Destroy them. To battle. Fight. Faster. Arrows. Unleash fury.
He should retreat real quick because he's getting abused.
Our comrade is under attack.
We're going to hit him with the warning shot to lower their morale. If he decides to shoot, which he apparently doesn't want to do.
The enemy general is fallen. They were
Yep,
no
he's dead.
Hurry. Move. Ready. Charge.
Oh, they were both retreating. So there you go. That's them dealt with. We lost 7 Saber Militia, which is not really very influential. So that's fine, and we lost basically no health on our heroes. If I auto-resolve that, I might have lost some more health on my heroes. It's going to be important not to lose that health, because the early game of this campaign is very, very intense. As you will soon see. I'm going to try and make these episodes approximately an hour and a half in length.
Those who do not bend to authority will break upon it.
Okay, so for now, I'm just going to take the money. I don't need 4% replenishment. I've lost basically nothing.
Avoid diversions.
That completes our first mission. Okay, so Liu Biao moves to destroy the Yellow Turban menace. To protect your people, the local Yellow Turban scourge must be purged. Their holdout is nearby, in Zhangyang the Toolmaker. In capturing it, you will not only rid yourself of their threat, but also add a useful territory to your holdings. You should march on it, and quickly. I agree, so that's exactly what we're going to do.
Side by side, your general's bonds will deepen.
Hush! We got an ancillary there. Okay, these are all the ancillaries that we start with. Ancillaries are essentially accessories that you can equip your general with. So if we take a look at them actually, because I didn't do it while trying to describe the lore. So legendary heroes will have often, but not always, they often have unique items, specifically the armors, which actually dictates what they look like, but in particular gives them very unique buffs. In this case, Liu Biao gets a lot of authority, And
My lord,
Huang Zong, my
I hope
other
all is
legendary,
well.
gets a lot of expertise. There's a lot to explain here. I'm not going to go into all of it right now. Eventually, I will break down these stats, talk about the perks. For now, let's just give him some more ancillaries. So we got a follower that's a farmer. We can't get any administrators in our court yet, so the 20% extra food production for the administered commandery is irrelevant. So really this just comes down to who is going to be dueling the most, and that probably will be Huang Zong. So I'm going to give him that, and that's because Resolve is most useful for a duelist. Similarly, because Huang Zong is going to be my primary dueler, I want him to have a better weapon. And a weapon that gives him additional expertise would be absolutely brilliant. So this is one thing that we're going to give him. Let's give him the Marshal G. He's got an excellent bow, that's what we want. He is the archer. So we don't want to change that. Let's have a look down here. This guy is a vanguard, so he gets a lot of instinct. We really want to compound that. Similarly, he has cavalry at the start, and vanguard like cavalry, so I think giving him the stone statue of Confucius is going to be very good, aiding, synergizing with his natural high instinct and his cavalry. We don't have any more followers, so that's something to consider. At the moment he's using a ceremonial sword, increasing his authority. I think that's fine. As you can see, he's a commander, so authority is very important. I'm going to give him the wooden ox just to increase his health. I think that's more important than the damage going up from the instinct. So we'll get rid of that. That's all dealt with. None of these are important. They're just talking about missions. So let's, we can just reach this, so we will deal with that. And it's going to be a close victory, but I don't really think starving them out is worth it too much. The amount of losses they'll take from one turn of attrition from the starvation is only similar to the amount of troops that we will regenerate from replenishment anyway, and it gives us the settlement a turn earlier, which gives us income and keeps us ahead of the enemy. So I'm just going to delegate this, which is the auto-resolve in this game.
Those who oppose
and there you go.
Must be crushed.
We occupy it. It's very rare that you actually want to loot and occupy or sack and withdraw. You sack and withdraw if you don't want to keep the settlement, obviously, but you want to put economic harm into the enemy while giving yourself an economic advantage. You only loot and occupy in the same instance if you don't want to keep the settlement, because the amount of economic boon that you get from loot and occupying is never as high as actually occupying it and then having to and then avoiding the repair costs, because when you loot and occupy, you're reducing the settlement level by 1, and you also then have to repair it afterwards. So the only time you want to use that is if it's a reluctant taking of the settlement. You didn't really want to, but you felt like in the instance you had to, even though initially you came to sack it, because you need the replenishment. It's very, very rare you'll use that. So obviously, this is in our main commandery, it's near the start of the game. We want to occupy this. This is a settlement that we want.
It would be prudent to occupy this place.
Indeed, it would be prudent to occupy it. So there you go. We completed that mission. The elder statesman provides for his people first. The lands that you so wisely govern, Liu Biao, are primed to develop. The industrial infrastructure is strong, a solid foundation on which to build. Through this development, your economy will grow, allowing you to field more forces and develop your territory further. So if I construct or upgrade a building in my main commandery, well, in fact the only commandery that I've got now, commanderies in this game are basically the provinces from Total War Warhammer, then I get the following buffs. So I need to do that. So we look at the replenishment now. I get 8% for my population, 6% basic because I'm inside a garrison, it'd be 4% if I wasn't garrisoned, 2% from my military supplies. Right, let's get rid of these. Mission success, mission issued. Oh, we've got a bit of a friendship developing between Liu Biao and Huang Zong. Excellent. So as you can see, replenishment is a big deal in this game. It's slow. Replenishment buffs help a lot. I'm going to turn that off, that doesn't need to be there. So what have we got? We've got a guard tower. I think that is probably needing to stay, because look how close Yuan Shu is, and remember, he will declare war on us without doubt. he will probably also take Nanyang. And then look how close he is. Very, very close. Too close for comfort. Oh my god, we've got a lot of generals. Probably too many generals. Probably too many. I want to get higher replenishment, so I think I'm going to put this guy into conscription. 15% replenishment. Just put that in perspective, guys. Collectively at the moment, I'm only getting 16%. This is nearly double. The other assignment that I can do, let's have a look. So what's my income at the moment? My income here, as you can see, it's mostly a peasantry based income. So putting him on the stimulate markets, it's not going to help, it only buffs commerce. So it's between these two which can increase my peasantry income. But when you put someone on assignment, you slowly get XP. So I want to put the person on assignment who I'm most likely to use. Let's go into the court a second and have a look at these two characters. So Lady Kai is a distant relative. I presume that's Liu Biao's wife. It is indeed. Liu Kong is my heir and also my son. I also have Liu Min and, as I said, Liu Qi. Now this factors into one of the big problems in Liu Biao's campaign. He's already 48 at the beginning of the game. When you hit 65, there is a percentage chance each year that your character will die due to natural causes. This is a problem because if we go to the court and we look at Liu Biao, he has specific effects for being a leader, and he would also grant them if he was in the Prime Minister position, which only unlocks in the late game, or if he was the faction heir. Look at the effects from Liu Kong being as the faction heir. It's only 4 plus public order and plus 3 satisfaction. That is a very meager bonus. We want someone better there. In particular, Liu Qi would be better. He decreases corruption faction-wide. That's very, very cool. He increases public order faction-wide. Very cool. And in general, he's just a stronger, more powerful guy. But the problem is, they're rivals. They're rivals in their youth. Even Liu Biao is not that keen on this guy. If we go back out here,
Rejoice, your lord has returned.
There's disharmony between the two of them. So whatever it was, I don't know what it was, but they've got something in their past that makes them dislike one another. I would like Liu Qi to be my faction heir, because I'm going to use him more in combat. I don't want 2 commanders, I want a vanguard in my main army. That'd be great. So he's going to get higher level. I like his buffs more. I want him to be the heir. But the problem is, at the moment, his satisfaction is fairly low, and there's a rivalry going on. So I need to try and keep his satisfaction high, sweet talk him, and get him on the good side again. That's one of the problems of the Liu Biao campaign that you need to deal with, because Liu Biao is going to die of old age. I need to get a good heir. Right, so that aside, let's look at these two characters. Who's more important? Who are we going to use? There is a certain aspect of randomness here. So she's ambitious, which I don't like. It means if she gets higher level, she's really going to start demanding higher positions in my court, and I might not want to give it to her, especially if I'm not going to use her. Oh, but on the other hand, she's loyal, which probably counters the ambitiousness. Okay. That's not that amazing. What about Liu Kong? He's bright, loyal, and deceitful. That's a decent set of traits, actually. I think he's a bit better. I think I'm going to be using him more. So I tell you what I'll do. I'm going to, with regards to the assignment, I'm going to use Liu Kong. So he's going on assignment to get some XP and increase my income slightly. Cancel that assignment there. We're going to keep the guard post but I also would love to increase my income. Ooh. Travel lodge. Okay. I think the best bet for now is to compound the industry and commerce income. I think that in the long run is going to be the most effective. Right now we have this building, which is mostly providing peasantry income, as is this. I think we can honestly get rid of that, but we're not going to do it straight away. We do have quite a high population, 76% bonus to my peasantry income, but I don't like peasantry income in commanderies that are not food-based, because you're not going to compound it with the land development or the population. So what we're going to do, we're going to go for now for the nice and cheap state workshops. Gives us 100 per turn. You can get it up quite quickly. And that will more or less end my first turn. You can't recruit units on the first turn. If we go to the... Right, so one thing that I need to consider is I am currently on -6 food. My reserves are going to go down quite quickly. If I don't get that sorted, I need to get food from somewhere.
Not possible.
Liu Biao is quite unique. So, there's so much to this damn campaign. I can't believe I'm still on turn 1. Liu Biao is quite unique. He gets 2 vassals. Vassals, they give me 20% of their income per turn. If I go here, I'm getting 130 from each of them. It's obviously only the start of the game, so they're not giving me too much. But they're really important in this game because if you own too much land, you get a tax burden in the form of corruption, which is a percentage modifier that reduces your income on every single settlement that you have on the entire map. So it can get to the point where you take over an enemy settlement and you lose income because the amount of income that they grant is lower than the reduction in the income that you get due to more corruption appearing in every single commandery. Vassals are a way to give yourself more income and allied territory to replenish and travel through safely without increasing your corruption. This is key to winning the late game on the higher difficulties, because as you increase the campaign difficulty, corruption becomes more and more problematic.
Announce my arrival.
I need food. Let's have a look. Just so you know, guys, I have not planned this campaign. I'm going into this blind. So I might fail here quite badly, but I'm hoping that it gets quite dramatic and that's entertaining. So if we look here, we have a good relationship with Sun Jian, but the problem is I know that we're going to get a event happening soon that makes me have to choose between him and Yuan Shao, and I think I'm going to go with Yuan Shao.
Let us get this over with.
They can't feed their people. We can get a trade agreement. Hang on. I don't want to get a trade agreement with him because I know he's going to backstab me. I would rather get it with my vassal. So we'll get a trade agreement with Sai Mao.
Yes, we accept.
And we can only get one at the moment. I think technologies will probably focus on trade agreements. It'd be nice to get one with Huangzhou. If I could take this settlement, I should be able to get it, I think, maybe. I'm not sure if you can send it through a vassal, the trade. Because to get a trade agreement with someone, you have to have a route to your capital, which is here. So they'd have to go through my vassal. But I don't know. Anyway, we need to get food. We have a non-aggression pact signed with Dongshuo.
We feel honored.
They can barely feed their people. Great. So I can't get food from him. Who has food, man? I need food. They have a bit of food. Huangzhou has food because he's got farmland. Yes. Could you guys give me some food? 7.5? God, that's a lot. If I offer you a guarantee of autonomy, they will do it. Honestly, I don't want to I think that's probably worth it because I want to keep the vassals. As I say, it's great for the late game economy. What have they got? They've got an adept, a eunuch. I do like the adept. How much to get him? 7.5. So then I need to add another 5.4. How could I do that? If I make regular payments to him, how much is it to get to 4.3? About 200 per turn. You know what, mate? That's probably worth it. Whoops. They need more than that. Why isn't it not letting me type? Okay. So it's about 195. Will that do? No. He wants 205. What? It's way more. What am I talking about? Okay, this might be too much. 250? Really? 250 for the free food and the adept. Okay, forget the adept. It's too much right now. This is good enough. There you go. Guarantee of autonomy in order to give me enough food to not hamper my reserves. So that's the food situation sorted for now. That's the reason we can't get rid of this as well. It's providing me with the free food that I need to pay for my city being so large. End turn. Check out the end turn times here compared to Warhammer. They're bloody nice. So He Yi naturally is attacking my vassal and causing a nuisance, killing their army. He's good at that. I'm going to make it the focus of my campaign to go down there and help my vassal defeat He Yi. If I can eliminate He Yi early on, it's going to be extremely beneficial to me. So what happened? New capitals have been established, not a big deal, and we got Yang Xing as a character. I realized I should have probably got rid of some of these guys. I'm not going to use them, and having them here is costing me quite a lot. This guy has a salary of 200. Now get rid of you, that's way too expensive. So I'm just going to check my levels of satisfaction. No one is direly low, therefore I can quite easily banish this gentleman who's charging me 200 per turn to keep him. So that's going to give me a free 800 funds. So let's do that. The downside of banishing him, instead of just dismissing him, so you get a lump sum of money based on his level, but everyone else gets -5 satisfaction. If they get to 0 satisfaction, they're going to leave my faction completely, forever. Bye bye. It's fine, we got loads of satisfaction. What about this gentleman? I think I probably want to keep him. I do like strategists. Then again, probably not. He's 200. That's a lot of money, man. That is a damn lot of money. I'm gonna get rid of him. Sorry, I need the money elsewhere. The nice thing about family members, they tend to be a lot cheaper because they have higher satisfaction by default. The reason this is 340 is because he has units in his retinue. I also want to employ this guy because he's a sentinel, and sentinels get really nice assignment abilities. Generally it's reduced construction costs and reduced construction time. So I'm going to buy him. That's 150. Okay, that's alright. That's fine. Got the trade agreement, we're not doing too bad. Look at that though, we're nearly paying the same in salaries as we would for army upkeep. It's a problem we need to work on. See, she's only 25 because she's a member of my family, so I don't pay the initial 100 for her. This guy for some reason is a chief officer, so we're paying him plus 100. I don't know why. He's a member of my family, that's ridiculous. Liu Biao, I thought you were meant to be good at government. You're not doing this right, bro. Right, so those guys have left after I told them to piss off. Look at that, boost to replenishment. Excellent. Okay, so as I say, we're going to focus on dealing with He Yi. I don't want to mess around with the Han Empire. Do I have a military access agreement?
May integrity guide our negotiations.
I can get one. Let's get it. And then I
This
can travel
we
through the Han Empire lands. As I say, I'm not going to fight the Han Empire. I don't need to. There's plenty of things to fight beforehand without fighting them. So... okay. I can move down here next turn and get my 15% replenishment again. And then I can march down through this land, and then I should be able to hit next turn. I might not even need to march, actually. Yeah, it still take 4 turns either way, so that's what we're going to do. We need to recruit more troops. This is taking another turn to build, and then the next thing that we'll get, we'll probably just upgrade this again. That takes 4 turns, but we have the... we'll get rid of this assignment once the main army leaves. So who do we want? I'm going to put them straight away into Liu Biao's army, because he buffs their morale by having such high authority, so this, I feel like that's the most cost-effective use of my units early on.
As does every person.
He has quite high cunning naturally, so I think putting the archers into him would be not a bad idea. On the other hand, he gets cheaper retinues, so and also, you know, he's a commander, so he has a natural synergy with Cav. Kind of want to use cavalry, but they're just so expensive early on, I'm not sure it's worth it. I also want to use the infantry with Jing, but 170 upkeep per turn is kind of a no-no. I think what we'll do for now, I'm going to give him the archers, because archers are cool. He has the highest cunning. Cunning increases the ammunition of everyone in his retinue. And then I'm going to get some cheap saber militia to hold the line. How many of these can I afford without completely crippling myself? Let's get 1, and we need some anti-cav, so let's get 2 G militias. The thing to note is, against yellow turbans, you are mostly not going to be fighting cav, you're going to be fighting lots of peasant infantry, so swordsmen are better. That doesn't apply to Yuan Shu though, who's also going to become a threat to me very soon. Oh, Wang Zong gets archers, what? Very interesting. What's his cunning? His cunning is quite high. Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay, cancel these. Cancel these. Cancel the G militia. Let's get the G in Liu Biao, get that morale buff. And let's get archers, because archers, they're not much more expensive than the militia. The archer militia. They're way better. Yeah, that stat line. The damage is just so much higher. And their armor. What the hell? Their armor is massively higher. Okay, cool. Let's do it. A couple of archers. Could even get 3 archers. That is tempting as hell. Do we go triple archers? Do we even go quadruple archers?
The forest is a world in perfect balance.
Sod it, man. I'm gonna go all in on archers here. There you go. It's all about the archers.
To arm.
That was a faster turn. There we have it. Archers in this game are extremely strong, so being able to get archers right at the bat, right off the bat, at the start, it's very powerful. Should go well for us. Winter comes. Okay. Recruit and maintain a total of 19 at units at the start of the new turn. Currently have 17. Well, I think that's honestly as many as we really want right now. Every unit obviously has an upkeep. That's quite painful to our economy, getting any more than that. So we're going to move right to the edge so we can get our replenishment for the turn. Oh no! Don't waste movement. Can I move any closer? Am I in it there? No. No, I think this pedantry doesn't really matter. So we're going to get our extra 15% replenishment. Can I afford any more troops? Will I need them? I mean, I probably will, but I'm not going to get them just yet. I'm only fighting Yellow Turbans. Come on, Yellow Turbans are nothing special. Okay, so which one do we go for right now? This is 3 turns construction time, so I'm going to go for that simply because it's going to give me my plus 100 income from upgrading it sooner, which will be appreciated. And we just wait now. We'll get our replenishment, then we move here, and then next turn we attack Runan and give it to He Yi. I think that should be fine. What does this want me to do? Oh yeah, 19 units. Ah shit, we could do that, but what's the buff anyway? Replenishment faction wide. Okay. No, I think we'll do that once we capture this, because then the replenishment will be quite useful, and I'll just get 2 swordsmen in this army. Archers are also extremely powerful against the Yellow Turbans because they don't have shields on their basic infantry. In fact, even a lot of their higher tier infantry don't have shields, so that's, yeah, it's handy. The leader of that Han Empire army there is Zhu Huang, who actually ended up in the lore, in the history, being one of the legendary leaders, legendary generals in Cao Cao's army, which is an interesting little bite of knowledge. As you can see, he gets unique armor and a unique weapon. It's very powerful. It'd be lovely to get him in my army, but as I say, I'm going to try and maintain good terms with the Han Empire. Where's their capital? Actually, I don't know. I was wondering, can I get a trade agreement set up with them? Not sure. Anyway.
Resist the chaos of
There we go, we've basically got everything sorted. I'm going to cancel the conscription now so I can eventually get my sentinel in here and do some sort of construction boost. And we're going to move down towards the iron mine. We can get it on the next turn. We're not getting any penalty for trespassing because we have the military access agreement with the Han Empire. That's a lot of people, but do any of them seem worth buying? Let's have a look. So, Jian Yong, I see around quite a lot. He's generally quite good. Formidable is an amazing trait. Clumsy is awful. And Fulfilled is not that good. He's not worth it, I don't think. We do need a strategist, but I really want to hold off on buying these until I really have to, because I don't want to pay the salary for them. My income at the moment is not the best, so none of them attract me enough at the moment. We do have a reform. We're going to be attacking the iron mine next turn. Let's have a look at what's going on here. So what do we start off with? Oh, okay, yeah, makes sense. We're all about character experience. We start off with private tutors. Cool. So we can get that extra trade agreement. The problem is, that'd be great if we can trade with the Han Empire. Where's their capital? Oh, you're saying that's their capital right there? In Shangyong? Mate, that's perfect. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I hope this works. +1 trade agreement. Go to the diplomacy tab. Han Empire.
I'm eager to listen.
Trade agreement. Oh, excellent, 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 excellent. Look at them money, man. Hoo, 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 hoo. Isn't that something? That will give us an additional 356 resources per turn. Gold per turn. Sorry, I was reading the resources traded. That's also pretty amazing. A lot of the buildings in this game are locked behind you having a particular resource, which comes from owning a certain type of commandery. And you see some examples there on the resources traded section. If you don't own the commandery, you need to set up a trade agreement with a faction that does, and then you also get access to the resource, and therefore the buildings that are locked behind them. So this is amazing. Let's do it.
This meets our approval.
Excellent. That's a nice early game boost to our income. Really happy about that. That's one of the advantages to not going to war with the Han Empire. And they're a really reliable ally because they're just not very aggressive. They can't actually recruit new units or new armies, so they're very passive, but they're a good ally. Okay, let's end the turn there. We didn't get any ancillaries yet, have we? No. Oh wait, hang on, can we give him a better weapon? Yeah, we probably can. So this guy is a vanguard, he's going to be mincing up enemy infantry, therefore I want something that attacks quite fast, and I don't really care about armor piercing damage. So that's... yeah, I think I go for this. So it attacks fast, it does slightly more damage to basic infantry that aren't AP. Crucially, it gives me more charge bonus. I'm going to be charging in and out of combat, that's going to be quite nice. Let's end our turn. And we actually start a battle. A proper battle next turn. Oh, look at that. Already, Yuan Shu has took Nanyang. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, he's right on my border. But with the guard post here, he can't just attack me. He's going to lose if he's trying to take a city. So that's the advantage of keeping that. And I am now trespassing because he owns that land. But it doesn't matter. Yuan Shu hates me anyway. He's going to start a fight. Whatever. Okay, that stone rooster's not going to be useful. Already have something better. What, you're telling me now it's going to take 2 turns? Are you serious? Why is that?
All must unite. Our cause is just and noble.
No, why is it taking 2 turns?
Ever forward.
Oh well, it doesn't matter. There's nothing here to defend it. I will take it next turn. What's going on down here? Sun Jian is doing a runner. He's with his very reliable officer, Huang Gai.
No.
Cheng Pu is chilling around here as well. Okay, alright. Fair enough. Fair play. As you can see, because we started in hostile territory there, we're getting a massive hit to our military supplies. When that reaches 0, we're going to start getting attrition, so we don't want to spend too long in enemy territory. Let's end the turn. It's going to be next turn then when we take the Iron Mine.
Avoid unnecessary conflict.
I don't think it's that mandatory that we pay him all that money just to get military access, so sorry Dongshuo, I don't agree with that. And Yuan Shu just bitch slapped that Han Empire army. Ruthless. What is he doing, Lu Su? I'm not sure.
This will not happen.
Okay, so we need another upgrade. We got an extra 100 income, that's nice. We can put this gentleman on supervising construction. Will benefit us greatly. And I think we just wait on construction for this turn because building it now is not going to speed up the process. He's going to come in next turn and he'll decrease the cost of the building and make the build time go down by 1, so all of these things would build just as fast whether I do it this turn or the turn after. But obviously if I do it the turn after, the building's going to be cheaper, so I save money. Let's attack the mine. It's going to be a decisive victory, so we delegate it. We don't want to take unnecessary losses from the towers themselves. If we play out the game in the early game, if we play out the battles in the early game, you generally take more losses than if you delegate them, because the towers in the sieges are really powerful in the early game. I found as you get later on in the game, they're not that influential. In Total War Warhammer, they'd end up getting these crazy AoE cannons, but in this game, that doesn't happen. The towers just as strong in the early or the late game. So when you start using massive 6,000 man armies, the towers are not very strong. But yeah, in the early game, they're brutal. So we've got to level up. What do we want? What do we want? I want to compound the authority bonuses, but at the same time, getting this would be amazing because replenishment is really important. As you can see, some of these bonuses say in parentheses, when commanding. So basically, they only apply if you're at the front of the army. Only one of your generals can be commanding. You can pick and choose which one, whenever you want. So I think I will go for the replenishment buff for now. And I still don't have a better sword, which is rather frustrating. But it is what it is. We got another iron mine. That's lovely. So nice cheap upgrade here. If we could get them both upgrading, that would be most efficient. This is 3,700. I can just afford this. Can I? No, my maths is off. That's not going to work. Oh well.
Announce my arrival.
Hang on a second. That takes 6 turns to upgrade normally. Oh no, he's preparing for assignment. No, what? Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's perfect. We can do this. We can start this now. And that's going to do it next turn. I'm not even wasting any time because it's going to go down in construction time. So that's fine. Cool. Chill. Lovely.
I feel refreshed and whole again.
That's sorted. We're still even on the food.
Restore authority.
We will need more food when we take this town. That is one thing that's definitely going to apply. Okay, let's end the turn.
We would not be your enemy.
Ooh, okay. They're going to give me a little bit of money and a nap. I definitely do want a non-aggression pact. But it's only 2.9, which you'd think would be quite easy to get. But the thing is, the Stone Rooster's not very useful for me at the moment anyhow. And I don't have any food to give him, which would be normally what you'd use to barter in these agreements. But Liu Biao is not very good in the food department. Alright, I will accept that. That's fine by me.
Gives us joy.
I don't want to start a war with Liu Bei. Oh god, that's a big army. Big army coming my way. Now I've got a little trick up my sleeve to try and slaughter this army. I'd like to ambush it next to my garrison. I don't know why the borders are glowing here, but it's really cool. Ah, here it is. Liu Biao resolves to defeat Sun treachery. They say that Sun Jian fled south, carrying the imperial seal. Now his family intend to start their own dynasty and usurp the Han. This is treason, plain and simple. If such accusations are true, then the Sun must be destroyed. So basically, the emperors in these dynasties, they have in their possession an imperial seal. It's basically a trophy item that proves they're actually destined to be the emperor, and that, you know, they've got imperial power. He has the imperial seal. He's stolen it in the chaos of Luo Yang's sacking. You're a governor of the Han still and loyal to them, so really you ought to go get it back. And this is what Yuan Shao requests you to do. So if you help him, if you say that you will, then you get plus 80 diplomatic relations with Yuan Shao, and he's a really big player in this game. So that'd be nice, but the problem is you have to declare war with Sun Jian. I'm not sure that's necessarily such a bad thing, however. He's quite far away, and I have my vassals to my south to protect me from him and act as a buffer. If I ignore Yuan Shao, I lose diplomatic relations with him. For the sake of following the story, and also gaining a bonus towards my diplomacy with Yuan Shao, I'm going to declare war on Sun Jian. Hopefully this does not bite me in the arse, but we'll see.
Not possible.
So let's have a look at his army. Peasants, peasants, peasants. They're all peasants. Okay, he's got 2 Yellow Turban warriors here. That's slightly more intimidating. 3 Yellow Turban warriors, peasants. Yosha, which are very elite infantry. Need to try and hit them with spearmen because they've got good armor. In this game, spearmen do really decent AP damage.
All must unite. No.
But other than that, mostly peasants. Not too big of a deal. Herman is not here. So that's good, because he's by far the most powerful general.
The Lord has returned.
Let's move over here. Let's go into ambush stance and hope he comes trying to attack the Iron Mine. And then I can fight him with both Liu Biao's army and the Iron Mine's garrison. I also would like to recruit a couple more troops to trigger that replenishment bonus. I want swordsmen because I'm fighting Yellow Turbans. And they use a lot of peasants, which swordsmen are better against. We gained a Feather Fang. Not the worst, it gives me morale for militia units. In the other game I'm going to be using a lot of militia units. I'll tell you what, let's swap for that. Hang on a second. We got another bow! Oh shit, that's awesome. Oh man. I kind of want that now. Double bows would be pretty cool. Alright, fine, that's better than free morale. And now we can upgrade the workshops. Get a little bit more income. When this is over, I'm going to upgrade the guard towers because it will be imminent that Yuan Shu declares war on me and starts attacking me from behind. Okay, yeah. Yes. He's not took Changsha yet. Wait, what is he doing? He's taking his time, is Sun Jian. But that's good. We can go down and slaughter him shortly. In the meantime, I just need to deal with her Yi. And make sure that I don't forget about my food. I do not want that going into negative. Let's check the public order. Public order is fine. Yeah, we're all good. Fingers crossed the ambush works. Okay, he didn't fall for it. Damn. I think we might have to engage him in open combat.
Our family grows larger.
Wait, what the hell is going on here? You want to marry? Our character will join their faction. No. Liu Qi is staying in my faction. Forget your hoe. It ain't happening, boy.
We withdraw it then.
I'd consider it if he was paying me and giving me a free character. But then again, I don't really care about diplomatic relationships with Liu Dai. He's not a very influential warlord. So there we go, we complete this mission. We now get 50 bonus experience, which is negligible per turn for 3 turns. Totally negligible. Crucially, 10% replenishment. So if we engage in battles now, we'll be in a good spot. Chance to gain an ancillary, what did we get? We got Woozy, which is decent. We already have decent ancillaries for all of these characters, so it's not too much of a big deal. I say we just go out and attack. We can go all the way to the edge here. I really want to try and catch him in an ambush, though. Let's go down here. Let's see what he's got. What's he got? Are you kidding me? It's not going to reveal it? Oh, come on. Are you for real?
Let them stumble into our trap.
Alright, whatever. Okay. 2 turns, 3 turns. We could, if we really wanted to, get a couple more swordsmen. I don't think it's going to be necessary to beat his army, but it could be handy. We've got the opportunity. I am playing on very hard here. That's a tough decision. I don't think it should be necessary. Hopefully what I can do is I can coordinate my vassal to attack the town with me at the same time.
Remain resolute.
The only problem there is I don't want the vassal to take the town. That'd be really awkward. Also, I want to get some sort of agreement going with Cao Cao. I'm apparently a major threat to Cao Cao. Okay. Okay, lovely. That's great. Well, I don't want to end up fighting Cao Cao and Yuan Shu and Sun Jian all at the same time, but maybe that's what's going to happen. I don't know. Forget that then. Let's see if the ambush works this time around.
You would not need fear us.
Let's have a look at this. So, do you have anything better than a payment? Could you give me food? I'd really appreciate some food, man. No. He values his food too highly. What about if I give you some of these ancillaries that I'm not using? What's a woozy worth to you, Yuan Shao? An extra food. Alright, fine. That's not really worth anything. I'd honestly rather just have the non-aggression pact and give you a little bit more favor.
This gladdens my heart.
I've got to keep an eye on Sun Jian. Oh, where the bloody hell is he going? He's avoided me again. Okay, so we'll complete this quest, we get more XP. So the character assignment, yeah, I'm already doing that. Doing that a long time ago. I don't know why there's a tutorial here telling me I have to send them on assignment. Especially when I'm already doing it. Wait, hang on. Did they just change their capital and we lost the trade agreement? What on earth are you doing, Han Empire? Where have they put their capital now? They've put the capital up here. Why? Why have you done that? Oh, that's frustrating. So now we don't have access to this. What just happened? Oh, I thought Cao Cao had already declared war on me, but he hasn't. It's just the Han Empire. I was looking at the Han Empire and they're at war with Cao Cao. Okay, well that's a tricky situation. I've now got a wasted trade agreement with the Han Empire.
Purge chaos.
So they're currently tired now because they're in marching stance.
Restore authority.
But I'm probably not going to be able to.
I must refuse. Not possible.
Not possible.
I could
Draw the men
try and
together
attack
as a whole.
the city. And then
I must refuse.
he attacks the iron mine. He takes greater losses. I have more replenishment, and then I send my other thing up to attack him. By the looks of it, I'm not even sure if he'd be able to reach the iron mine if he wasn't in march stance.
The season shows empathy with our
Okay.
own hopes.
I
Meditate on
think
peace.
trying that
Prepare
is
for war.
probably the best option. I am dubious that if I attack him, as you can see at the bottom left, I'm only going to have 24% of my movement left. And then the problem is, He's going to retreat. And I might not be able to reach him. And then I've wasted a turn. Then again, I also feel like he might fight it. I'm not sure. Let's do the reform first. While I deliberate in my mind. I don't want spies this early in the game. That's not important. What does this do? Okay, so it reduces my character salaries. And it lets me get an upgraded academy. I don't have any academies yet anyway. Increased income from commerce. I mean, that's cool, but I don't have any commerce income at the moment either. I'd be more interested in focusing on industry. That's not a big deal. I don't have any farmland either. I'm not sure what to increase right now. Probably just 10% income from all sources is a good one to start off with. I don't want another trade agreement. You've seen how that first one went.
The absence of people is indicative of China's sickness.
I could get the -10 character salary, actually. Let me just check the character salaries. 700, so that's going to get me 70 extra per turn. Obviously, as I get more characters, that's going to become more and more influential. This is the start of the food phase. At the moment, though, I have to rely on buying food, so I don't think that's too important. I think I'm just going to get the income from peasantry, and then next 5 turns, after the next 5 turns, I'll get my next reform, and then I can get the boosted income from all sources, which is one of the better upgrades in the early game. So we'll try that, And I'm going to take the risk here, and I'm going to attack Runan, but I need to scout. Herman is there, but he doesn't have too much of an army to defend it. What is the garrison? Nothing. Barely anything. Let's go.
For China.
They think that it's going to be a valiant defeat. Oh dear. Let me have a look at the map. Why is this going to be a valiant defeat? It's making me nervous. Why does it say that? I have a lot of archers, which is not ideal. I also don't have fire arrows yet, so I'm not comfortable fighting a siege without fire arrows to destroy the enemy towers. This early on in the game, the towers will be extremely powerful. I am going to try and starve them out and hope that they attack me. I'm also going to tell my vassal to attack Heyi's army. Can I tell Cao Mao to do that as well? That would be very, very helpful.
Welcome, friend.
Yes, help me guys. You're my vassals for a reason. We've got to back one another up. Because this is problematic now. If he marches down, they're all going to attack me. And I have not got a choice but to flee. So, I didn't expect to not be able to take this here, but honestly, I'm not confident. I'm not confident enough to fight that battle right now. Those towers in the early game are super strong. Herman himself is insanely powerful. And I mostly have archers, which are, until they get fire arrows, they're not that helpful in siege battles. Let's end the turn. Ooh, what is he doing? Where is he going? He's not coming to immediately defend his ally. Wang Quang. I don't even know where the hell they are. Are they up here? How do I even know you, Wang Quang? I'm pretty sure they're in the northeast, but agreeing to this is fairly inconsequential to me. I'm not going to be fighting him anyway, but it improves my relationships with Yuan Shao, so I'm going to do it.
Rational thought elevates the spirit.
And by the way, guys, because this is the first episode and I've done a lot of talking at the start, I'm going to make this a little bit longer than normal. I think in general, I'm probably going to make these around an hour and a half in length because Three Kingdoms is a bloody long game. And finishing it with hour-long segments is going to take forever. So I'm going to go for an hour and a half. This will go on a little bit longer. I'm not sure exactly how long yet. I didn't actually time when I started, which was a bit of a fail, but yeah, after this one it'll be more standardized at about an hour and a half each. Okay, so my ally has decided to mobilize against the force. That's Wang Zu's army here. That's nice. He obviously isn't going to win, but if he can join up with my Iron Mine garrison, that might be decent. Yeah, we're now starving them out. So they're going to take attrition now every turn that I'm here. And hopefully what that will do is it will bait him to leave the garrison and attack me in the open field, where I'll have a much better chance of victory. It's upgrading in one turn. Can't upgrade this further until we've got more reforms. And we're saving up quite a lot of money. I'm so disappointed about that trade agreement. Technically, I can probably get my trade agreement now with Huang Zu because he comes through Runa. Oh, you still have to go through Sai Mao. So I don't know if that works. Oh, sod it, man. I'm cancelling my trade agreement with the Han Empire because it's just not useful.
Well met, friend.
Oh, I'm gonna get untrustworthy. I have to wait. I don't want to get diplomatic penalties so early on in the game. Diplomacy in this game is so influential.
With heaven!
You beckon?
Just make sure the satisfaction isn't going too low, but it's not, it's not. Alright. Fine. Come on, Herman, attack me. Oh, God.
To be removed.
I am an obstruction to be removed. Yikes. Not sure how... Oh, no. Must end my tyranny? What are you talking about, Yuan Shu? Get a grip. Okay. Wang Zu's army got wrecked, but he dented them. Oh, this is not good. Oh, this is ridiculous. Wasting my money. Let's upgrade these guard towers. We're going to need them very soon with Yuan Shu deciding to attack me. What's going on over here? Okay, so now it's going to be a close victory. As you can see, they've got quite weakened from that attrition. And I think I want to just delegate that as soon as possible. I need time quite badly right now. With Cao Cao potentially coming to attack me. God damn, that was a close victory. Look at the state of the health on Wang Zong and Liu Qi. So low. So low. Okay, so when you take over buildings from another faction, you can... They might have unique buildings from the reforms that they have researched, or just from the faction themselves. The Yellow Turbans get a different set of buildings than the normal warlords do, and this is one of them. And it gives 10% replenishment, which is massive. I'm keeping this motherfucker. Without a doubt, I am keeping it. And we can... Well, we'll keep this, and I'm going to convert it. Oh, it's only a town, so it doesn't have a food cost. Amazing. Alright, let's convert this to our form of the mine so it can be upgraded at a later date. They're injured, that's lovely. We have the town's turrets to defend us and a little bit of a garrison. So even though my army is extremely crippled, I think we'll be fine from He Yi's. He Yi should probably try and starve out my iron mine at this point, but then Sai Mao is going to come over and attack him, and between his army and my garrison, which at this point should be, yeah, full health. Yeah, that's decent. That's a really nice garrison. Damn. Should be able to beat He Yi. Even if I don't beat him, he'll be really hurt. I can finish him off afterwards. That deals with one major threat in the early game.
Announce my arrival.
But Cao Cao is going to be a problem. He'll sign peace with us. No, my friend. I want you to be dead. Not the stars. I want you dead. They suspect a crushing defeat in spite of our superior forces. Fuck it, here we go. We're defending the iron mine. Bring it on, He Yi. Bring it on. I didn't expect him to attack me instantly. But okay. Fine. Mines are some of the hardest settlements to take. They are so defensible because they only have 3 points of entry, and a lot of the arcs of the towers at the front of these points of entry overlap. So it's very hard to attack them from an angle where you don't get slaughtered by the towers, and it's hard to punch through. They've got a lot of troops though, they've got a hell of a lot of troops, they outnumber us massively. But look, all we have to do is cause attrition here, we don't even need to win, because hopefully then Sai Mao can finish them off afterwards, even if they do take the settlement.
Stand ready.
And even if they don't, look, we'll come and finish them off ourselves. So I want the spear guards at the front because they have shields. The enemies have archers, they're going to use them on the guys at the front. I'm going to send out my cavalry early on. We have a lot of cavalry actually. A bloody lot. Damn. Does he have much to stop me? Peasant spearmen, yellow turban warriors, and peasant archers? They're not doing shit to me, if I'm totally honest. Add all the cavalry to control group 6, and we have spear warriors, spear guards down here. I actually am going to put the spear guards over here because they're my best shield unit. They're the ones that are full. I'm going to put the infantry captain here because you can see the white circle is a morale buff to nearby troops. Put the saber militia here. Put another injured saber militia here, just so we have some front line that has shields. And I'm going to send all my cav down here to try and hit these guys when I can. And we've got our G militia here. And here, we don't want them right at the front straight away because they'll just get killed by the archers. These guys have no shields. Is that everyone? All cav, spearmen, both G. Swords, captain providing the morale buff. Sweet, let's give this a go, let's see how we do. Hopefully not too bad. Send you two down here, you two over here, and then we'll hit them from both angles hopefully. I would love for you to target the Turban warriors. Due to the level of HP that is on the enemy.
Watch out! The enemy lies in wait for us.
Peasant spearmen, I think they will more or less die instantly. I'm going to pull these back. They don't have shields. The yellow cav are sort of your stand and trade cav. The red ones are shock cav, so they want to just charge in and get out as soon as possible. The yellow ones tend to have shields, the red ones don't, so they're more vulnerable to the enemy archer fire. Okay, hide in the forest, that gives me a ranged resistance. I'm going to send out the yellow cav to bait the enemy as much as possible. They're going to charge out and hit those turbans. Turban warriors. You're going to charge into the turban warriors here, you're going to charge into them there. I would like you to Charge straight down. Make them flee. Towers, could you please focus on those warriors? In fact, hit her ye. That'd be beautiful.
To attention! Destroy them!
We don't want to get tied down. Let's get out of there.
The enemy warriors are running! Ha! Prepare! Run! Run! March to the devil! Fight! Hurry! No!
Can move you over. Oh shit.
Deep arm! Attend! Show no mercy! Stand ready! Make ready! Do not relent! Kill them! Mounted soldiers! Move! Run! Cavalrymen! Look! The enemy run! Craven! Double time! To battle! Ready! Unleash
Oh, they got the
fury!
tower. I've messed this up big time.
Horsemen! The enemy general falls! Ha! Move! Move!
We killed the general. That's something, I suppose.
Horses!
Now we'll kill him.
Attack!
Smash our way through those yellow turban warriors.
Horses! Stand ready! Move out
We'll
quickly!
get the hell out of there as they
Double time!
retreat. Come on, boys, you need to get down here. Kill those peasant archers, please.
Swordsman ready!
He's dying, that's good. I don't really want to be fighting inside of the forest if we can avoid it.
Cavalry
I mean, it
attack!
doesn't
The
matter
enemy
against
run!
archers, they're going to die
Craven!
anyway. That's fine.
Cavalry,
Okay, we've
stand ready!
shattered
Run,
them, they're
run!
not coming back. He's
Ready
retreating.
to ride!
Right, if we can hit them quite hard now in the rear
Take heed, warriors!
with all of our cav, we might be in a good
Steel
spot.
yourselves!
You come around
Hurry!
and reinforce that front line. These towers hopefully are going to
Mounted
hit
soldiers,
there.
The enemy general is fallen!
Okay, they
were
killed
no
that general.
match.
Excellent. Got a few more
March to the
losses on
devil!
him. Right, we need to get over here and spot the front line. ASAP. What about
Ready.
that captain? Oh, he's still on 60
the
men.
ready.
He's fine. They've not even took any
Hurry.
losses. Right, let's
Cavalry,
get the
to
rest of our
attention!
cav up here.
Cavalry mount up! Do
Charge
not
into the back. The
relent!
fact we lost those
Go, go,
towers is
go.
huge because now they're actually going to shoot at my
Horsemen!
cav.
Fight!
Not ideal at all. What the hell is this charge? This is not much of a charge. The Yosha.
Master! Horses!
You boys
Swords!
charge straight down here. Where are
Cavalry,
you?
to attention!
Okay,
Stand
smash
ready!
those archers. They're all fleeing, they're all fleeing.
Faster!
You get out of
March to
there.
the devil!
We'll have the towers back in no time at this rate.
Steel yourselves!
My cav will be
Cavalry
getting
mount
slightly
up!
exhausted, which is
Unleash
never a good
fury!
thing, but
Cavalry attend!
it's what it is.
Show no mercy!
Smash
The
through
enemy
them
unit
all.
flees!
Oh my god.
What cowards!
The morale of the Yellow Turbans is really proving to be their downside here. Now they're getting brutally pincer attacked. And tell my spearmen to
Make ready.
focus on the
Fight!
Yosha. They've got
Cavalrymen!
heavy infantry armor, and they're the only thing that hasn't broken along with the leader. And we now own the towers again, so they're going to shoot at enemy units that are fleeing. My cav are just going to mop up all the peasants that are retreating as well. Can I shoot the Yosha? Yeah, can you focus on the Yosha, please? The towers seem to kill pretty much anything that they hit in one hit, so they're really nice in that regard for taking out high armor enemies, such as the heavy infantry Yosha or cavalry. Note that cavalry units only have 30 models in them, so them being killed in one shot by the towers is extremely beneficial. I want you to run down the infantry.
Ready to
Okay,
ride!
he's gonna get away, so whatever.
Hurry! Move!
Right,
Prepare!
you guys
Move, move!
pull back. We need to charge the Yosha.
Cavalry!
One more charge should do it. They're the
Stand
only
ready.
thing that hasn't broken, bless them. They're trying their
The time
hardest,
has come.
fighting
Unleash
the way
fury!
for the Yellow Turbans. But it isn't going to be enough. My cav at this point are absolutely exhausted, but nonetheless, I'm afraid the Yosha are slightly outnumbered. I don't know if these guys are immune to morale damage. I guess they must be because... yeah, they are. They're on 100. They're immune to morale. well, they're gonna die. So we did it, guys. We didn't even need Sai Mao's army. I mean, we haven't wiped the entire army. As you can see, a lot of units have fled. So they're not completely destroyed, but hopefully Sai Mao can then hunt them down and finish them off with any luck. The final few Yosha are falling. Slowly, still 4 of them. 2 of them. And that was that. A couple of micro errors on my behalf, not cycle charging my cav perfectly, letting their spearmen catch up to them on a couple of occasions. Big mistake here to not move my G infantry up further earlier so that I could actually hold the... What are they chanting here? I don't know. But yeah, you want... I really... That was the biggest mistake. I need the G infantry to run down here and hold the line at the front earlier. I had them back so that the archers didn't just shoot at them straight away rather than the shielded units. But that meant that I lost the towers, and that in turn meant I lost a lot of my DPS. If I can hold the front line here the whole time while they're trying to punch through my melee squads that are blocking the way, the towers are just going pew, 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 pew. That's 1 model, 2 model, 3 models, just getting killed very quickly. And they could have been killing the Yosha a lot earlier on, and I'd have suffered far less attrition. But it doesn't matter too much. We won. It was only a close victory, not even a Pyrrhic one. And look at that. They came at me with about triple the number of troops that I had. They have less than me now than I do in the garrison. And it's only a garrison army. It's not even a mobile army. So, who cares, man? It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so he's gonna leg it. Oh man, look at that. He lost 1,400 troops. That general was killed as well. That's amazing. I don't really think I need the replenishment, to be honest. I'm gonna take the money.
They are no threat.
Though it could be bad, I suppose, if Yuan Shu comes for me, but yeah, whatever. I'll take that risk at this moment.
Take this in friendship.
He requests aid to defend them against Liu Biao. Well, I have to accept it, otherwise the vassal will end up independent. So, screw you, Liu Biao. We're at war. Ooh, and they've got no income now because I took their town. That was their only settlement, so he can't pay for all these units, so they're legging it. They ain't interested. So that's nice.
The chaos of change.
5 turns for that to upgrade, that's so long. 10% replenishment from the blacksmith thing that the yellow turbans get is so nice though. I'm a little bit concerned here. We're going to get attacked from 2 angles because Cao Cao's going to come down here and my capital is so vulnerable thanks to Yuan Shu being a pain, not Yuan Shao. I'm going to get the patrol barracks, I think, simply because actually I think the reserve capacity probably is better. We're at minus 3 food again. That means I need to get another free food from Yuangzhou. Okay, we're going to go for the reserve capacity so that we can hold out longer if the enemy sieges. Obviously that's not going to be very influential unless we have an excess of food in the first place to increase our reserves. So that's what I need to try and barter with Mr. Huangzhou with his farmland. I could push further east and try and take that farmland. But I don't think that's a very good idea, to be honest. Okay, what can we build? We can build this super cheap. Even if we upgrade the town, we'd have to upgrade it again to get another build slot for a guard post. So I'm not sure how legitimate that really is. I don't think it's very legitimate. Think the best bet for now 5 turns only to increase our income by 100. That's not really a high priority upgrade. And I think with Cao having declared war on us, we really do need to upgrade our town to get a guard post as soon as possible. So I think, as much as it pains me to dedicate so much funds and so much time to getting another building slot, which will also hurt our food income even more, I feel like it is in this case necessary. So let's do that.
I feel
Impossible. This will not happen.
With any luck... Oh, I was just blanking out there thinking, why the hell is my public order so low? But it's not getting any lower. Oh, Jesus. Food shortage is causing massive problems here. The public order. That is indeed a big problem. Right. Okay, let's deal with the food problem. This suspended trade route is so frustrating. Who is our ally here? We can already see how the late game is shaping up right now. Sun Jian is a foe. Dong Zhuo is an ally. Yuan Shao is an ally. Cao Cao is an enemy. I think Yuan Shao will like that.
A joy to see you.
Yuan Shao, how much would the food cost to get from you? Could I get 5? I need 5 when I upgrade my town down here. So if I give you... How about I just give you a straight up payment? How difficult would that be to negotiate for a decent amount of food? Oh dear, this is not working out too well at all. Oh man, 2,000 gold is only gonna give me free favor? Yikes. I might have to use most of my ancillaries here. This is what? 4.3? Okay, no, that's good. That's quite good, actually. And what about, like, the ox and the fan? Ooh. What about if I make regular payments? Oh no, sorry, not request payments of you. But what if I make regular payments to you? So it would be approximately 227 per turn, which equates to just over 2,000, but it's over a longer period of time, so that's quite beneficial. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's do it.
It will probably do.
It will probably do. Well, it'll do me, mate. That's all the food that I need. So I'm now at a food surplus, at least temporarily. And so the food shortage thing will start to turn around and I can build up my reserves. Alright.
Announce my arrival.
This is useful. I can't believe that Sun Jian has not took Changsha yet. I want to go down and punish him for it, but I cannot. Because of these threats. My problem at the moment is the lack of farmland. Here is some farmland. But in order to sustain capturing that, well, I mean, there's going to be a problem if I capture that. I'm now in between Yuan Shu, who can just backwards and forwards pop out at either one. I need to try and put this fool down.
I cannot.
Unification requires discipline.
And if I go over with Liu Biao to put down Yuan Shu, Cao Cao can backstab me. So this is the little dilemma that I've got at the moment. How's the satisfaction coming on Liu Qi? It ain't changing much. Okay, whatever.
No.
I cannot.
Well, we got our upgrade sorted. I think what we'll have to do...
Rejoice! Your lord has returned.
Let's just move up this way. We're getting our replenishment. He's no threat to me.
Absolutely not.
I'd actually appreciate him attacking me for the XP, if nothing else. Then once I take Nanyang, I can terminate the trade agreement with the Han Empire, and I'll have a route through my territories to Jiangxia to get a trade agreement with my vassal down here. I'd also like it if Sai Mao would attack Jianling, but it's not gonna. I'm probably gonna have to trade with the Han Empire to get Jianling, and then gift it to Sai Mao. Okay. That's everything sorted for now. Oh god, Cao Cao's already coming. Oh, this is a pain. Okay, for some reason it's attacking the iron mine, and I've got the assistance of Sai Mao's army. So there you go. Bye-bye, He Yi. Goodbye, He Yi. And again, we'll take the income.
Release them.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Our proposal.
Oh shit. Dong Zhuo wants the coalition. Oh, come on, man. Like, I appreciate a coalition, honestly, I do. But you're making me pay 600 per turn to enter it, and a lump sum of 1,420? Bro. And you want my goddamn stone archer and a food? Nah, I can't do that.
Your decision.
I'd love a coalition with you, big boy. But that's too much. That's way too much. Need to chill out. Okay, we got problems here, guys. Because we've been attacked on two fronts. He Yi is destroyed. Okay, so that's good. That's the initial major threat to us defeated. Oh god. These two faggots have formed a coalition together. Oh, we had a new baby. Lovely. There is always hope in the form of youth. That's worrying. I can... Okay, so... The good thing is, Cao Cao's army is small. It's only 2 retinues, not 3.
Meditate on peace. Prepare for war.
I can't get all the way down to it.
Not today.
In ambush stance. I wanted to do the old ambush next to the settlement trick.
To arms.
It's not going to work.
Impossible.
And my worry is if I sit down here, Cao Cao's just going to be outside and troll the hell out of me. And then Yuan Shu's going to move down and take Runan while it's recovering from its previous losses. Actually, they're not going to be able to get down there in 1 turn. So that's something. And for some reason, he's got a lot of crossbowmen. Crossbowmen are fucking scary, actually. Oh, God. Quite a scary army he's got. Assignment. Ah. He's finished. Okay, This is going to finish upgrading next turn, so I can get my next upgrade, which will be the tool depot. I kind of do want to scrap the administration office. Then again, I mean, I'm getting the plus 109% bonus. I might as well keep it for now. Okay, Supervised Construction. I noticed that he's actually got a level up, which is cute. I can't quite reach Cao Cao's army. That's so frustrating. I'm gonna have to sit in it.
I feel refreshed and whole again.
At least it gives me some public order, if nothing else. Whilst the faction support is coming into play.
Impossible.
It's just surviving these early game moments, man, until Dong Zhuo can come and save me from Yuan Shu, and Yuan Shao can come down and save me from Cao Cao. That'd be beautiful.
Pure folly.
Beautiful. But it ain't happening yet. Alright. Alright.
Rejoice, your lord has returned.
Slightly worrying.
Impossible.
This situation I'm in. Can I do any sort of diplomacy? This trade route suspension is driving me mental. It's such a shame.
You wish to speak?
Why does he not want military access? Come on, bro.
Greetings!
Why are you not at war with Cao Cao yet? That's what surprises me. How much is it to get this? Why the hell is it costing me so much just to get a bloody military access agreement? I will do it. I have quite a lot of income at the moment. Saved up, not per turn. I really do want this.
We are in agreement.
He makes such a good ally late in the later game. What's going on with you, Mr. Kongrol? He doesn't want a nap, but he's quite friendly.
The honor is mine.
Okay. Oh, I don't believe this situation that we're in. Alright, we have to end the turn and hope for the best. Hopefully Cao Cao's a lunatic and attacks me. Nope, of course not. Of course not. Oh, they're teaming up. Oh, God. I don't like this.
We would be no threat to you.
These guys want the nap. Yeah, I mean, I don't see myself attacking you for a very long time. So I suppose I can accept that.
Considered offers.
And then hopefully,
effortless
maybe
packs.
you'll attack Cao Cao. Or something like that. That'd be cool. Oh, yes! Thank you, brother. Thank you. Come save my ass, please. Sun Jian was killed. Sun Jian is killed by Huangzu at the Battle of Xingyang. Cut down in a hail of arrows. That is an event that triggers just randomly in the campaign because it's based on the lore of the Three Kingdoms, in which Sun Jian did die very early on. He was an amazing military leader, but yeah, he got wrecked by an arrow. I mean, yeah, it's kind of difficult when you get hit by a hail of arrows. How do you avoid that, no matter how good you are at combat? So, at this point, we've got a nice garrison. Look, that gives us a full second retinue. And a total maximum of 55 potential supplies. Let's upgrade the tool depot to get another 100 income per turn. We're nowhere near the second marquee yet. Oh, I can get a student! Wait, why did I not realize this before? Oops. What does this do? I don't have to pay any extra, but a character of age 18 to 35 gets an additional 25% experience. Well, damn. I should have been doing this. Okay, so... Wait, what age again? 18 to 35. Wow. I'm going to put Yanzing in here. That's a terrible idea. It doesn't get on with Liu Biao. Of course, nor does Liu Qi. You guys are a real pain in the arse, you know that? Well, I don't care about Lady Kai. She's not even on assignment, so there's no point giving her experience. I'm just going to have to bite the bullet. I'll put Liu Qi in there. You should have been in there ages ago. So I've missed out on some experience there. This is what I meant by going into it blind, guys.
For reunification.
I've got to reform as well. I think
Announce my arrival.
I want to try the ambush tactic again, but I don't know,
Rejoice,
mate.
your lord has returned. To war. March.
Let's try it.
We will strike when
And
they
at
are
this
vulnerable.
point, I think getting the final 2 units is probably quite pertinent. I'd actually love to get a couple more mounted militia. They're only 145 on the upkeep, which is not that bad. What troops have they got?
Not today.
He's got so many bloody archers. No, actually,
All as
versus these
one.
compositions, more swordsmen is going to be ideal. They're so cheap on the initial cost, they're hard to pass up. Hopefully we can get this
Draw
sorted.
the many together as a whole.
Okay, we're getting that reform. Yeah, so we get that 10% income from all sources, that's a no-brainer. And hopefully they fall for this.
I refuse.
Hopefully. How are they doing at the iron mine? Oh, they're fully replenished. Sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet.
Not possible.
Possible.
I can't
Not
really
today.
rely on my vassals for
today.
too much at the moment. Fingers crossed they walk into my trap. No. Okay. Lovely. Suppose that should have been expected. Oh, Christ. This is a right pain in the ass. I don't know what the hell Sai Mao's doing. He's going full baller.
A celebration is in order.
Zhang Yang, I don't know who you are, and you want my character to join your faction, so no, that's
You insult my generosity.
a decline. I don't think it's so generous that you want to take my eldest son away from me. I think you're a lunatic. So the new heir is too young to control the faction, so Lady Wu is acting as a regent.
No.
Fair enough. Still getting that toolmaker upgrade. We're getting the upgrade here.
For China.
Cao Cao, I'm going to chase you down and I'm going to kill you.
For
Die.
China.
And we will take Nanyang
I
afterwards.
refuse.
And I will build an army here to defend Runan. And we'll get the guard post up soon enough. And then, finally, we can stabilize. With Yuan Shao attacking Cao Cao, I might be in a decent position here. I just need to deal with this initial army. These are 2 very powerful officers to fight. As you can see, they've got a lot of unique equipment and war gears. So it won't be easy, even though they do have a smaller retinue. But the thing is, he's been in my land for quite a while now, so he's going to start incurring some sort of attrition soon enough.
When the peak has been reached, the journey is ended.
I really need to get that second trade agreement functional as soon as possible. He's gone into an ambush stance right next to me. What the bloody hell? Run, Saimao. Thank you. I'm glad he didn't waste his army fighting that battle. Detect Cao Cao's army,
My fire
please?
is rekindled.
It didn't detect his army. You know what? It's bloody tempting to just fight him.
To arms.
But that's probably really dumb. Because the combination of Cao Cao and Shahudun will probably smash my face in. You're not going to be commanding, so I think flexibility is a poor choice. Though passion is very good. I think I would rather come across this way and then down to get it. Because this is really good as well. Reduces the morale of nearby enemies when he's around them, plus 8 instinct. Actually, hang on. The plus 10 morale in their own territory is irrelevant. Yeah, but it's worth it anyway for the instinct and the scare. What's this I've got? I've got an engineer. 6 expertise and 6 resolve. That's going to be amazing for dueling. More useful than the farmer, I shall say. Let's get you, and I'll give you the farmer then for the resolve. I want to move over to Rune. I don't even want to move over to Runan, to be honest. Because if I move over to Runan, South can attack it. Sorry, if I move over to the iron mine here, South can attack Runan. Which is just horrible. I really need to attack Yuan Shu. This is really awkward. Do you know it'd be nice if I could tell my vassals to defend my territory?
Not possible.
Because Cao Cao's army is not that threatening, if only I had a guard tower as well. All I'd need is an additional retinue to go over and fight him with the garrison. I'd probably win. At the moment, though, it doesn't look too good. Okay, I'm going to set up another ambush. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to start recruiting another army. Who have I got? Lady Kai is an option. Why don't I use one of these fools? They're already leveled up, like Liu Kong. He's level 3 already. It makes more sense to use him as a leader than someone else. Problem is, he's on assignment right now. So okay, I'll wait one more turn. I'm gonna take him off assignment now, because it takes one turn to get him back from assignment. I don't know if that was pointless, because I don't know when they finish assignment, if it takes them one turn to come back, or if they're automatically back. I don't want to risk that. I want him back as soon as possible. Next turn, I'm going to start building up his army. I'm just going to keep him on his own so I don't get too much upkeep, and he's going to defend Runan for me until the 6 turns passes where I can get the guard tower, and then I can leave it alone, because right now it's so vulnerable. That way, Liu Biao can come across and threaten Yuan Shu. And once I take the Jade Mine, I can cancel the trade agreement with the Han Empire that's currently suspended anyway, and I can establish one with Huangzhou. This is all assuming that I can't use the vassals to get the trade agreement in the first place, which honestly might not even be a thing, so I should probably just end this right now.
Well met, friend.
Is the 5 turns up?
Thus
it is, yeah.
our meeting.
Moment of truth? Yeah, alright, fine. So, what I thought was true, I can't just use a vassal to secure the trade route, it needs to be my own territory. So we need to go like that, up and across to the left. Kongzu will allow military access. That's fine by me.
Your proposal is sound.
The Yellow Turban Rebellion would like peace treaty. No, thank you. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Hopefully Cao falls for my trap card, and yeah, let's see. He did, but the ambush failed. Okay. Here we go. He's attacking me. Let's do it. Look at the numbers we've got. We've got over 1,000 troops on him. He does have a fair bit of cavalry, more cavalry than me. I've only got 60. He's got 90. He also has more powerful generals. Let's be real about it. Cao Cao himself is a monster. His sword is legendary. And Shahudun is also an absolute monster. But hopefully, I can win using my superior numbers. I see a lot of shielded units, so my spam of archers might not be terribly effective here. I need to make sure that the archers focus fire the non-shielded units. In particular, that means the lance cavalry and their spearmen. I've got to be able to win this. Look at my numbers. This will be the final battle of the episode, and if I can defeat Cao Cao, I will be in good stead for the rest of my campaign. This will be an amazing start to this legendary, very hard campaign. Okay, so I've got to remember to make liberal but effective use of Warning Shot to decrease the enemy morale. As is already set up, I've got my archers on the back line nice and spread out. Let's put them on hotkey 6 and turn off skirmish mode. I don't want them fleeing. So we clearly have a range superiority here. I want to fight him in the open plains where he will not get the bonus from the forests. Let's put the cavalry on either side. We're going to have to try hard this battle. It's going to be very difficult compared to the last one. Hang on, they're meant to be on control group 5. You're on 6, you're on 7. Right, so now I would like the swordsman to be in the center of the composition, slightly far forward to eat the arrows from the opponent. You're going on to number 4. Actually, don't lock them yet. I will put these on number 4 as well. I want my spearmen on the sides, of course. That's basic tactics to protect my flanks from cavalry. And the axemen are slightly behind on the edges, because if they can go around the edges of the enemy composition and get a charge, they do a lot of damage. The axemen have shields and very good charge bonus for footmen. Let's start the battle after I also make these 4 and group these units. Move forward. Okay, let's see what happens here. He's probably going to try and stay up there and maintain the high ground. It's fine by me. He's not using the forest in that case for a defensive buff. I have the superior ranged force. I will bait him to come towards me. I have an arrow. I have several arrows. I have a bow on Liu Biao as well as Wang Zong, which can hopefully weaken Cao Cao. If I can hit Cao Cao early on and force him off, that's going to cause a massive debuff to the morale of their army, which will be very influential in helping me win this game. My units are currently not running because I want to preserve their energy as much as possible. Cao Cao's not moving towards me, so why do I need to rush towards him? I can merely march up to him slowly. And now we wait for the moment of truth. I like how tense the music suddenly is compared to the campaign map. Let's check the range. We're still a mile away from him. So let's get slightly closer and move to the right so that we don't get any sort of penalty for coming up this little hill here. Yep, we still don't want to charge. Oh, I forgot that Liu Biao has a lovely buff here to give a 100% ranged block chance to all nearby units. That will come in quite handy shortly. What's the range on his bow? Okay, it's still out of range. That's perfectly fine. I don't know where Xiahou Dun is. Oh, I can shoot him from all the way over here. That's amazing. Let's turn off all duel proposals, because Xiahou Dun is going to absolutely trounce any of my guys that try and duel. I just noticed I do not know where his retinue of cav are. I see Xiahou Dun here, so I assume he must be nearby. Keep shooting that bow, boy. Cao Cao is getting weaker. He's not coming to me yet, but he should very soon, or he's going to die. Hang on. No, no duels. Already said that. Duels are bad. I will get slaughtered in a duel by these beasts. Come on, Cao Cao. You're just eating the shots, you fool. It doesn't even matter about me coming to you, my friend. I have the superior ranged force anyway.
What deeds will you write today?
This is amazing.
The odious
I don't know
fool
what he's
and
saying.
his endless prattle.
He's coming at
To
last.
attention!
Okay, and I've just run out of ammunition.
Hidden
That's
units! An ambush!
Perfectly fine by me, to be honest.
Arrows! To attention!
Take heed, warriors!
I want them to move out a little bit. I want you to come across.
G warriors!
I'm going to move those spearmen into the rear guard here. You're going to come up around the flank. I want to reduce the morale of the heavy tiger and leopard cavalry.
If only wars
Does this do
were
friendly
won
fire?
with witty words.
I don't know. Right, you guys, can you focus on the G's because they don't have shields?
At the ready.
Focus on the G's. Need to get a charge bonus from these.
Prepare. Strike. Unleash fury.
Swordsmen, ready! Strike! Rally! Our general needs our aid! At the ready!
Stop misclicking.
Destroy them!
Strike. Try them. Run. Run. Move. Move on quickly. Attack. Faster. To battle. Run. Run. Show no mercy. The time has come.
Archers, prepare!
Open fire.
Go, go, go! To battle! The enemy unit flees! What cowards!
We're doing fine. Yep, let's use the flames of the Phoenix. Go on, Lucci. Prove your worth, son.
March at the double.
Right, and you need to get the hell out of there now.
Go, go, go! To battle!
Steel yourselves! March at the double! Unleash fury!
Archers, prepare!
G, pole arms! Swords drawn!
Cavalry! Attack!
Oh shit, I didn't actually engage with them.
The time has come!
Can you move back a little bit?
Axes, ahead! Move! Do not be late!
Prepare!
Prepare!
Wang Zong can
Knocked and
tie up
ready.
Shahudun
Victory
for as
grows
well. He's
ever
the most
closer. The enemy general
durable.
falls.
Oh yes, we killed South South.
Run! Run!
We
Show
killed
no
South South.
mercy!
Right, deal with the swordsman first.
Make ready!
Axemen! Double time!
We
Hurry!
need to be charging. Is that Cav still here?
Shoot!
Horses!
Can
Move
you
out
charge
quickly.
them, please?
Stand by, axes! Kill them! Destroy them!
Strike your target!
The time
Oh
has
god,
come.
look at fucking
Double
Wang Zong's
time.
health.
Go, go, go!
Fight!
Get the
Move!
fuck out of there.
Faster!
Our men flee the battlefield!
Oh, he's fleeing.
Stand ready!
God damn it.
Cavalry! To attention!
Shahudun's such a beast.
Ready to ride? Move! Move!
Everyone just jump on that man. Jump on him. You guys shoot the fleeing units
To attention!
so you don't do friendly fire.
Open fire!
March at the double.
Yes, he's fleeing. Right, get on him. Get on him.
Horses!
I don't want him to escape this battlefield.
Attack! To attention!
Archers shoot. Well, we did that quite convincingly, though Shahudun did prove to be a real problem. Even Wang Zong couldn't deal with him. Yep, they're dead.
Blades! Faster! Bolts!
You guys just shoot at that spear guard squad.
Double time!
Try and kill as many of them as you can.
Steel yourselves! Move! Move!
Am I catching up to him? Oh, it doesn't look like I can. He's too quick.
The men have no ammunition.
well.
Draw your weapons.
It's fine. We still won quite convincingly. So at least that was a
Axeman, stand by!
fairly convincing victory and a nice way to end this first episode, I suppose. Wow. That was... Honestly, that went a lot better than I expected, but look at that. Shahudun killed 141 of my men, whilst also severely injuring Liu Biao early on and forcing Huang Zong to retreat. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Do we manage to capture him, though? If we're lucky, we might capture
Authority
him.
has been restored.
Wow, that's a lot of income. I'm taking the income.
I am not without mercy.
Yuan Shu's coming back down. Okay, fine.
A celebration is in order.
No, I'm not sending off my
Very
son.
well.
For God's sake, guys, what do you not understand here? This is not happening. Okay, let's look at our position now. Jia Long has declared war on the Han Empire. Alright. He's declared war on Dongzhuo. Well, I mean, that's... makes sense. Sun Ce has now come of age and has took over the faction.
No.
We didn't capture either of them. Cao Cao is... because they're legendary characters, killing them in battle doesn't instantly permanently kill them. It reduces their resilience. There is a chance they go straight from being resilient, which basically means if they die in battle they're not permanently injured, to then a red heart, which means if they die again they're permanently killed. There's also a chance that they go to the yellow stage, which is basically they've been wounded last time, so now they'll be guaranteed to go into the red stage, but for now they're fine. And that takes 3 turns to recover back to normal. As you can see, my legendary characters have that, but if Liu Qi dies, he's gone forever. So all we can do in the main settlement now... well, actually, we could start to tear down these buildings and replace them, which I think is probably what I will do. Let me just make a quick comparison between the different economic situations. So, currently I'm getting 110 peasantry income, but due to my population, that increases to 94%. It increases by 94% in addition to the standard income. I get 110 from this as well, but I would be able to build up to how far? This far. 160 income plus 50% just on that one alone, and then in addition to that I can get schools to compound my character experience thing, which I'm probably not going to do, to be honest. Be better to get more trade influence and commerce. Yeah, this would be the way to go. So 100% from that I can get right at the start without any reforms, and then 160 and 50%, so you are looking at 400 income. Wow, at the moment I'm on 475 from peasantry. Okay, whatever. I'm keeping it then. Fine. I'm not going to change it. There's no point. It won't make me any more. I'm going to lose 2 food when this gets fully upgraded, and that will take me back down to here. So right now, I really don't want any more upgrades. I can spend my money on a new army, which is great. That means
Keep moving, so as not to freeze.
I can use one of my armies to defend this territory against Cao Cao, while my main army finishes off Yuan Shu. I can stabilize my position here, and then we can start to solve our food problem, and with the food problem being solved, we can then start to upgrade our cities further. So we're going to replace Lady Kai as the person in charge of the peasantry, though actually an interesting concept would be to put the conscription on in here, so that we get improved replenishment. That might actually not be a terrible idea. I'm going to try and chase down Shahudun's army. Oh, he's going to fight it. He's just going to let me slaughter them. Okay, we delegate it. It's obviously going to be an easy battle to win anyway.
Those who oppose harmony must
And that's a
be
wiped
crushed.
army. 900 income, we'll
Set
take
them
it.
loose. They are no threat.
Oh, we captured an officer. That's not necessarily a good thing, so I don't have to pay for the recruitment, but
Fear no
that's now a salary I have to pay for. Who is it? Yin Kai. I don't want you. He is actually really good. Do I want you? Oh man. He's got such good traits, but I don't really want another Vanguard. He does have amazing traits. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually just going to get rid of Liu Gui. No one's low in satisfaction. I'm going to get rid of you, sir. And I'm going to keep Yin Kai because these two things, melee evasion for the entire retinue, plus 8 expertise and instinct, plus 4 resolve, and 10 extra melee evasion, and brilliant is one of the best traits in the whole game. I gotta keep this guy. So then finally, to finish off the turn and the stream, I now can put Lady Kai. Oh no, wait. So the decision was either Lady Kai in the main settlement or Yin Kai. Oh, he doesn't even have conscription. Okay, well that settles that then. Lady Kai, boost my peasantry income, and I can start to
Draw the many
now
together as a whole.
produce a new army just to defend this commandery. And I'm going to use my other son to lead it. How fitting, my son leading the army. And he's a commander at that.
All must unite.
There you go.
I feel
Get in there, lad.
refreshed and whole again.
And you can have... a couple of G militia. A couple of Saber militia. Now, one Saber militia. And then one mounted Saber militia. He's got 2 upgrades. That is a bloody good upgrade for dueling purposes. That also is a very good upgrade. That also is a brilliant upgrade. +1 assignments is really good. These are all amazing. So because he is the heir, I will get 1 assignment if I get this nobility upgrade. Then that would also unlock disciplined troops and +5 faction support worldwide. +1 starting recruit rank for all units. Okay, this is actually working out amazing. This guy is not bad. Forget Liu Qi. This guy's doing fine. Let's get those global buffs. Does he have a better weapon? That's decent. For mopping up trash.
The mountains do not apologize for their ambition. Why should we?
And
Clarity shines the path to peace.
yeah, so he's getting
Rejoice,
his
your
little
lord has
retinue and he's
returned.
going to be defending the land. Liu Kong, I hope you're happy with that. He's
How
the
may I
peacekeeper.
serve, my lord?
He's the peacekeeper. Well, how fitting. He's going to keep the peace in Runan.
All as one. Pure folly.
And I'm going to try my
China.
very, very best to evade
refuse.
Yuan Shu's army here.
To
I'm going to go
war.
up to Nanyang and slaughter that.
Avoid diversions. Impossible.
Alright. I think that
Announce
is
my arrival.
fine. As I say, there's not really anything that we can do over here or want to do at the moment. We're just going to save up that money.
Possible.
Save it up. It's such a shame that I've got that wasted trade agreement. I still can't get a trade agreement with anyone. I mean, I didn't expect any different. That leaves me with nothing else to do for this turn, and that means this will be the end of part 1 of this Let's Play.
Rejoice, your lord has returned.
It's all very intense, the start of this campaign, but you know what? So far it's not been too difficult. We've managed it quite well. Hopefully that continues, though, you know, for the sake of you guys, I hope that I do get challenged and you hear me scream and squirm. But it hasn't happened yet. Everything is under control. Everything is fine. Liu Biao is gonna save the Han Empire. So you better stay tuned to see that happen. But yes, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will be continuing this one. Future updates will be far shorter. If you need tips and tricks on how to beat this game on legendary campaign difficulty, on very hard battle difficulty, this is the place to watch and learn. That's Torpid out.